Alright, before anything else, I made a video I normally wouldn't make just before this one, and I talked about a bunch of important things, and I showed my face. Not everyone cares about me talking about personal stuff, and are only here for the fun videos, so just to make sure everyone's on the same page, this is me. This is what I look like, okay? Anything else you stumble across isn't recent. This is the only accurate picture video of me, so stop asking. Okay, so I went to Europe, and I wasn't planning on making a video about it, but so much dumb, crazy stuff happened, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a video, isn't it? This was my first time flying on my own, so I was nervous and not really knowing what to expect. I pretty much did everything right, except when they were boarding the plane, I didn't hear them call my zone, so I went up to the desk guy and was like, "Excuse me, did you already call zone 3? And he was like, "Yes." "So, should I get on the plane?" "Yes." Okay. I was scared they wouldn't let me on the plane because I didn't get on at the right zone boarding time, but yeah, I guess it doesn't matter too much as long as you just get on. Also, I was flying Delta, so I wasn't scared of being beat up and kicked off. The flight was a layover that landed in Minneapolis, and it ended up actually being early, so we had to wait for a gate to open up. And after a while, I overheard one guy say to his wife, "I feel like the plane should pay us $10 for every minute we're late." He was probably just getting antsy, but we were 15 minutes early. So would he have to pay the airport $150? Also, I was meeting up in Minneapolis with my YouTube friend TimTom because flying for 8 hours on your own isn't very fun. It was the first time we met IRL, and he's super cool. And tall. He's really tall for a marshmallow. On our flight, there were a bunch of funny things we entertained ourselves with, one of which included Tim being a nerd and hacking one of the little airport app games with a program he made on his computer to cheat and give him all the answers. It was the one that gives you a random assortment of letters and you have to make all the words you can out of them. So we got to Amsterdam after a long flight, and you know, I never really understood jet lag until then. Every emotion is like exponentially enhanced. We were tired, things were dizzy, our brains didn't work, everything was hilarious. We were so hungry that when we got something to eat, it was like the friggin' best thing we've ever and will ever have in our lives, even though it was just a dumb bagel. And it didn't help that everything was in a language that we didn't understand. Dutch is probably, to an English speaker, one of the weirdest languages to look at. It looks just enough like English at a quick glance, but then you stop and try to read it, and it's like, wait, something's not making sense here. What are you even trying to communicate here? It looks like a 2-year-old just smacked a keyboard a bunch of times. Now here's the story that'll live on in infamy, the rice cooker incident. So to try and save money and think ahead, I decided to buy a travel rice cooker to be able to make some quick meals in the hotel room in case we can't find food sometime during the trip. We picked up a few groceries, and when we got back to the room, we realized the hotel didn't give us anything. There wasn't a fridge, there wasn't water, we didn't have a chair, the frickin' shower didn't even have a door to it. So there were 2 problems at hand. First of all, what are we gonna do with all this produce without a fridge? And second, how are we gonna prepare it? We started trying to get innovative and think of things in the room we could cut produce with. What if we sharpen our credit cards? But we ended up going down to the lobby and stealing a butter knife. I don't know how people can rob banks and jewelry stores, dude, because taking that butter knife was enough to make me break into a nervous sweat. And literally, no one cared if it was gone. It's probably a bit of a time saver for them because it's one less stitch to clean. We got back to the room without being caught because we're master heist planners, but noticed, wait, we don't have anything to cut stuff on. So then we had to be even more resourceful and use a tour guide coupon booklet they gave us as a makeshift cutting board. It was the most scrappy, sad kitchen setup probably ever. Tim tweeted a picture of it. I'm sorry, Gordon Ramsay. Some people probably would have given up at this point and said it wasn't worth it, but it was too late to go back. We stole for this meal. We were in too deep. After laboring for way too long over cutting onions and peppers with a dull butter knife on a soggy tour guide that got shredded paper on everything, it was finally time to plug in the rice cooker and make everything worth it. We put all the ingredients in the cooker, plugged it into the wall, and all the power went out. Uh-oh. We blew the room's fuse. The little rice cooker was too powerful for Europe, I guess. Tim and I shuffled down to the front desk and were like, so all our lights went out, and yeah. They were really apologetic, even though we were kind of the ones who stole a butter knife from them and used it to blow their room fuse, and ended up transferring us to one of their comfort suites. At first we were like, ooh, but it was pretty much the exact same thing, but with a bit more space, a chair, and a smaller window. And still no door to the shower. Also, life hack? Use a tiny rice cooker to blow a hotel fuse and get transferred to a comfort suite for free. After all that, we were definitely not gonna risk blowing another fuse, so we had to get rid of the evidence by flushing the ingredients down the toilet. We didn't deserve to be in that hotel. Our only other option, other than just starving to death, was trying to find random food places on our own. It was my job to find places to eat, and was pretty much dragging Tim to these obscure places that you'd normally try to avoid. I was using this app that showed where food spots were, but it took us to really random hole-in-the-wall places that, like, no one's ever heard of. Tim probably thinks I'm a total weirdo. He was trying to be nice and all, oh yeah, this place is interesting, as we, like, sat on a bench with no shoes, eating lukewarm vegetable quiches. Anyway, we were there for Vidcon Europe. I don't know if you picked up on that or not. I was invited to be a moderator on an animation panel with Swoozy, Tomska, and this really nice girl, Dida. Since I'm a nervous wreck when it comes to these things, I accidentally dragged Tim into areas he wasn't allowed because he didn't have a speaker pass. I was just ruining everything for him. But the panel was a lot of fun, and I didn't mess it up for everyone else, so that's a relief. After Vidcon, we decided to visit Paris, since it's like right there. But we had a hard time getting there, and I got kicked out of the train station bathroom because I didn't know how anything worked and was an idiot. And when we actually got to Paris, we were scammed immediately. But besides all that, it was great. Paris is like way prettier than you would think. Like everything's so pretty, it looks fake. But it's not. Because it's Paris. While we were walking to the Eiffel Tower, there was this sketchy street lady who was playing this cup game with tourists. We were watching her for a bit, and then she looks up to me and goes, "You play." And I was like, no. Oh god, confrontation. And then she said some gibberish and just handed me €100 and was like, "Your money." What? Your money. My money? No, my money. What do you want from me? I still have no idea what happened. So the last day of our vacation, we were winding down from all the adventures we had, but I had one mission. Redemption. I wanted to find one final restaurant that wasn't weird to make it up to Tim because I'm a horrible friend who drags people to weird hippie places. Over the whole trip, I'd say the majority of the places I tried to find were not great. Like, not bad, but if it was put into test scores and I had to show the graded paper to my parents, they wouldn't have been happy. I sifted through the app for way too long, focusing harder than any average person should have. I just wanted a normal place. This was my last chance. The standards were already low. It literally just had to not be weird. I pick one out, we walk over to it, and as soon as we step one foot into the place, a lady comes up to us and goes, "We only have 2 meals left. Sit down and we'll make them for you." Oh, okay. How crazy coincidental is that? We walk in and they just happen to have exactly 2 meals left. We're 2 people. The meals were just waiting for us. It was almost fate. We had no idea what we ate. It was still weird. Tim definitely still thinks I'm a weirdo. Going to Europe was the first real break from YouTube I've had in forever, and man, do I feel rejuvenated, like heck yeah, energy! But yeah, I'm excited to be back working on videos. Also, Tim made a video about the trip too. You should go watch it. If you want, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but like, I highly suggest it. This is kind of like a collaboration 2-part video thing because he talks about parts of the trip I only brushed over. There were so many weird things that happened they couldn't just fit into one video, but yeah, you'll like it. Go tell him hi. Except every time I tell you to say hi to someone, their comment section gets spammed with, "Jaiden says hi!" And they probably don't like that. So maybe like, just one of you guys says hi. I don't know, you'll figure it out. Also, the Jaiden plushes are finally shipped out. I'm really sorry it took so much longer than I promised. The factory was having some troubles and blah blah blah. But here's a little secret just for you. Oh, what was that? Oh, no, can't say anything else. Don't rewind back to it. Bye.